Is the Earth flat or round? If you're a flat earther, then you might be tempted to say that it's flat. But if you're not a flat earther, then you might be tempted to say that it's round. So what is the truth? Well, it's not quite either of those things. In fact, the Earth is an oblate spheroid, which means it's a sphere that's been squished at the poles and bulging at the equator. To be honest, this question has been answered for hundreds of years. We have known since ancient Greek times that the Earth is round. The idea of a flat Earth is relatively new, popularized in the 19th century by a man named Samuel Robath. He was so sure that the Earth was flat that he even wrote a book about it called The Key to the Mystery of Earth's Flatness. Of course, he was wrong. But why do so many people believe that the Earth is flat today? It's not because they haven't had access to the same information that we have. After all, the internet was invented only 30 years ago. And yet some of the earliest flat earthers were actually quite famous. Take, for example, the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. He believed that the Earth was flat because he thought that space was infinite. If space was infinite, then there could be no edge to the Earth, which would mean that it must be flat. But space isn't infinite. In fact, it's only about 94 billion light years across. That's not very big at all. Of course, that's still an incredibly large distance, but it's nothing compared to infinity. So if you want to believe that the Earth is flat because you think that space is infinite, well, you can. But you'd also have to believe that the Earth is only 94 billion light years across. And that just doesn't make any sense. Or take the British nobleman and politician Charles Napier, who was convinced that the Earth was flat because he thought that it could unpossible curve, because solids got un curve. That sounds reasonable, but it's based on a misunderstanding of what a solid is. A solid is defined as a state of matter that has a definite shape and volume. But the Earth isn't a solid. It's a liquid! The reason that it doesn't flow like water is that it's under immense pressure. If you wanted to make the Earth flat, that's the pressure that you would need to overcome. You would have to push down on the Earth's crust until it was literally pancake batter. But even if you did that, the Earth would still curve. That's because gravity pulls everything towards the center of the Earth. So the only way that you could make the Earth truly flat would be to destroy it and then lay it out in a straight line. But if you did that, you wouldn't have an Earth anymore. The truth is that there is no logical way to argue for a flat Earth. Every argument that has ever been made can be easily disproven with basic physics. So why do people still believe in a flat Earth? Well, it's because they ignore the evidence. They refuse to accept the reality that we all experience every day. But the truth is out there, and it's up to us to find it. I know that sounds like a cheesy science fiction movie, but it's really not. In fact, it's just basic logic. If you want to know what the shape of the Earth is, then you should look at it. You can't just ignore the evidence and pretend that it's not there. You have to actually look at the Earth and see what it looks like. And when you do that, you'll see that it's not flat. It's not round. It's an oblate spheroid. And if you don't believe me, then just ask yourself this. Which would be easier to fit under a flat Earth or a round one? If you said a flat one, then you're wrong. A round Earth would be much easier to fit under, even if it was slightly squished at the poles. After all, a circle is the shape with the smallest circumference. So there you have it. The Earth is neither flat nor round. It's an oblate spheroid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go now. I have an appointment with Destiny. Or maybe it's just the grocery store. I can never remember which one it is.